Namaste. Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga with Lisa SXM. Thank you for joining us. We've got a nice group here at the Lions Club coming to you live from St. Martin, and I'll give you a peek of everybody's faces at the end if you like. You can stick around and see who's here. So let's start today. If you're comfortable on your yoga mat, you can have a nice straight back, but not stiff, just softly straight. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms, and let them be heavy. Sit tall, reaching the top of your head up just a little bit. Let's close the eyes and just breathe in through the nose, filling the belly, the diaphragm, the chest, even the throat. And then when you're ready to exhale, just let it go through loose lips, like a balloon deflating, all the way to empty, and squeeze the belly a little bit at the end to force all the old air out. And then you're ready to breathe in fresh new air. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Let's do 3 long, slow, deep, full breaths, just like that. Closing the eyes, focus inward. All right, breathe in one more time. And when it's ready, when it's time to exhale, we'll drop the chin, release the neck. Let the head be heavy, let it hang in front of the chest, but keep your back softly straight, shoulders over hips, more or less. Take a minute to relax your belly. That'll help your neck relax 100%. And let that head be so heavy, don't hold it at all. Just let it hang down. And let's take the chin along the collarbone, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Breathing in, breathing out. And maybe go a little slower and a little farther left and right. Now remember, anything that we do in yoga together, if it feels a little awkward for you, if it feels triggering in any way, negative or painful or stressful, you're certainly welcome to modify it or minimize it and make it a little bit more what you need in that moment. Don't feel bad about that. Everybody's different, and even you yourself are different every single time you sit down to do yoga. So just accept yourself as you are with love. And let's take that chin all the way to the right shoulder. Lift the face and gaze out to the right. If you see the wall, imagine the horizon well beyond the wall. If you see something in the foreground, just try and send your imagination to a distant location, far off, where the sky meets the land. Clouds hanging gently over the horizon. Perhaps birds flying in the air. We're going to take the nose in a little circle as we look off to the right. Take it up, back, down, and forward. Always go over the top to the back when you do these neck circles. Whether you're on your right or left, you should always go over the top to the back, down and forward. Breathe in and out. And it can start small, but it can grow bigger and bigger if you want to spiral your circle out bigger and bigger. But as I said before, don't force the body to do things that it's not really happy doing. If you feel like your neck has some stiffness in it, don't pressure it to do a perfect circle. You can go around the sore spot. Breathing in, reaching the nose up and back. Breathing out, down, and forward. Larger and larger, perhaps. And then you can come back to the circle, back to the center of your circle, and just take a minute to drop your chin, gazing towards your armpit. You should feel a gentle stretch from behind your ear down towards your shoulder on the opposite side of the neck. Keep both shoulders really relaxed and down towards the earth. Let's take the chin forward and go back and forth a few times, left and right, breathing in and out. Gently take that chin all the way to the other shoulder and lift the face, gazing off into the horizon or your imagined horizon. It's there beyond the walls. Let's take the nose up and back, down and forward, over the top to the back. Breathing in and out, circling around. If you feel comfortable about it, you can make the circle slowly spiral outward. But don't force that neck. It's such a sensitive part of the body. We don't want to feel it tomorrow or later in the day. We want to just feel good all the time. Yes. All right. Back to the center. Drop the chin. Keep both shoulders really down towards the earth. And then slowly drop the head to hang in front of the chest. All right, now we're going to round the back, slump the shoulders, drop that head way down in front of your chest. Let it go. And start to sway left and right, putting all your body's weight on one hip bone and then over to the other hip bone. Your hands can be on the floor next to your hips if you like. See if you can sway a little bit farther, left and right, letting that head roll around in front of the chest and over to the side, and then over to the other side. Awesome. Let's come back to the center and sit tall. Reach the arms straight out and up, reach up. Pull some apples out of the tree above your head, or some mangoes if you prefer, bananas, whatever your favorite fruit is. Reach up, grab it, pull it down. Keep breathing. Let's pull down with a little bit of strength in the arm and a little bit of speed. Pull it down, yank it down. Grab and yank down. And breathe out. Breathe in as you reach up. Breathe out through your lips as you pull down. All right, both hands just float up and all the way down to the floor next to your hips. And let's stretch the legs out. Take a minute, if you like, to pull the flesh away from your sitting bones, helping you connect your body's weight into the earth through those pelvis points. Flex your ankles high and point. Sitting straight and tall, reaching the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Flex the ankles and point. Flex, point, flex, point. Okay, my feet are off the camera, so you guys don't have to change your position. I'm just going to change a little bit so everybody can see. We're going to take the feet to a point and then keep the ankles pointed to bring the toes back. Toes, toes, toes can flex. Flex your toes and breathe. All right, wiggle the toes and relax the feet. Let them flop outward a little bit here and soften the knees. And just walk your fingers down towards your ankles or your toes, wherever your hands reach. Round the back, drop the head. This is called caterpillar pose. Let everything go. It's soft and heavy and connected to the earth through the body's soft tissues and weight. And then slowly begin to walk your hands on the floor over to the right side, outside of your right leg, over to the floor. Take the left arm up into the air, reaching, and draw a circle in there with your fingertips. Breathe in as you reach up. Breathe out as you reach down. A little circle about the size of a saucer. Awesome. Hand to the floor, come back to the middle, and resume your soft and heavy caterpillar pose. And when you're ready, walk your hands over to the outside of your left leg. Both hands on the floor, outside of your left leg. Take your right arm into the air. Reach, 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 reach. And start to draw a circle with your fingertips. Awesome. Bring it down. Come back to the center. And we're just going to let the hands slide back up the legs towards the hips, bringing the body upright. Flex the ankles again and reach the arms straight up. This is your capital letter L sit. Straight back. Lift the top of the head. Lift your fingertips. Flex your ankles. Breathe. Keeping the back really straight, just like that. Hinge at the hips and reach for the top of the wall across the room beyond your feet. Look down at your knees so your neck is straight. Reach with the top of your head and your fingertips. Reach, 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 reach. Keep breathing. And then come back up to your capital letter L sit. Float the arms down. And we'll scoop down onto the floor next. So your knees will be up. Your heels are close to your hips. And hands are right next to your hips on the floor, palms down on the floor. We're just going to take a minute to notice every part of the body that's touching the floor. And now consider how much weight each part of the body touching the floor pushes against the floor with your body's weight. Let everything be heavy and solid. Bring your attention to your lower back. Notice that there's a few vertebrae in the middle of the lower back, or in the middle of the back, that are arched up. See if you can tilt your pelvis and flatten that down. So every single vertebrae in your lower and middle back are down against the floor. Squeeze them, push them down into the floor. Squeeze your belly in, squeeze your waist in, squeeze your hips in, and let's push those lower 5 or 6 vertebrae flat against the yoga mat. Squeeze your belly in. Keep breathing. And please don't put any pressure on your shoulders or your chest or your heart or your lungs. This is all below the belly button. Squeeze it in, push it down, keep breathing. Keep trying to relax your shoulders and chest at the same time. A lot is going on. Keep breathing. Awesome. Release, relax. And we're just going to take the knees to the chest. Hands come and grab the knees and take them out wide, but don't go too far. And close. So when you open, take a nice breath in. And when you close your knees, exhale. So we open and close. Open and close. All right, reach the arms up, reach the legs up. Circle your ankles, circle your wrists. Change direction whenever you feel like it. And let's flex the ankles and wrists and point. Flex and point. Now notice that when you point your hands, it doesn't point to the ceiling, it comes all the way over. Almost looks like the head of a flamingo or something there. Bring it all the way through its full range of motion. Flex and point. Flex and point. Let's hold the flex and bring the elbows and knees down and push it up. So we'll flex on the way down and we'll point at the end of our reaching up and up. Let's go 10 more times. Flex down, point up. 10, down and up. 9. Let's slow it down just a little bit. 8 and down, pushing up. 7. When you come down, make your knees go wide, please. So you open your hips a little bit. That's 6 and 5. Coming down, flex down, reach it up for 4. Flex down, up for 3. 2 more. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. And then bring everything down. We're going to bring the arms up into a surrender pose so the elbows are bent and the hands reaching up, palm up. Drop both knees to the left and turn your head to the right. Now, if this is hard for your neck, you can certainly change the position of your head. But if you feel like it's helpful to you, it adds a little extra twist to the spine. And that makes it, whenever you have a little twist to the spine in a yoga class, that's a good time to breathe deep and exhale fully, flushing out toxins as you exhale. Let's bring the knees up and bring them over to the right and turn the head to the left, unless that's difficult for your neck. And continue to breathe in deeply through the nose and breathe out through the lips if that suits you. You want to try and really relax. And you may notice that there's a tendency to hold, like a tension or an automatic habitual holding sensation around your tailbone. See if you can let that go. Beautiful. Bring the knees up. And let's keep the knees up, but come up on your elbows. And we're going to allow the shoulders to come up by the ears. So let the the upper back sink down quite a bit. All right, we're just going to take the knees left and right. Like windshield wipers, sort of, back and forth, left and right. Breathing in and out. All right, come with the knees up and take a minute to find balance in the body. You can let your knees lean against each other if you want. Gazing towards your knees, allow the upper back to sink down. All right, now we're going to start to turn the shoulders. One shoulder goes forward, one shoulder back. So let's take the right shoulder forward and just turn and look to the left. And then turn and look to the right, and the left shoulder comes forward. Back and forth at any speed. Remember to breathe. All right, facing forward towards your knees. Stretch the legs out. And take your right leg, lift it and put the heel on top of your left toes. And down. Left leg on top of right toes. And down. Right heel on top of left toes. And down. Left heel on top of right toes. Let's go 5 more times on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then sit tall. Take that right leg and bend it. Grab the toe with 2 fingers, like a peace sign. 2 fingers. Grab your big toe. Lift the heel up to shoulder level or somewhere in that area. And take it forward. And the knee comes back. Heel forward, knee back. All right, bring it back, and we're going to try and hold the whole leg in our arms and rock the baby. Stretch it out, and let's try the other leg. Bend the knee, 2 fingers, grab your big toe, lift the heel, forward and back, breathe. Try and bring that knee and elbow as far back as you can, and then the heel goes as far forward as you can. All right, bring it in. Scoop up the whole lower leg in your arms and rock the baby. Awesome. Stretch the legs out. Now if you've got a strap, you can use a belt or a strap. And most of you have one. So the idea here, we're going to put our hands behind our tailbone. Take the belt and hold it in your hands and get it as close as you can, but you want to have your arms straight. So if you need to have a little space between your hands, you can do that. You want to get the arms straight and push that chest forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and lift your beautiful face up towards heaven. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Ladies, don't be afraid of this intensity. This is actually really good for you. Squeeze those muscles between the shoulder blades and lift your face. Breathe. All right, we're going to let the strap go and give ourselves a hug. Notice which arm you put on top. We'll do the other arm next. And walk your fingers back just a little farther if you can behind your shoulders. Sway. And come to the center. Elbows point up, look up, breathe in. Elbows point down towards your belly button. Bow your whole body down. Drop your head. Exhale. Inhale. Look up. Inhale. Bow down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Awesome. This time as we go up, we're going to open the arms, bloom like a flower towards the sky. And grab your belt again behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades again. Lift your beautiful face. Breathe deeply. Squeeze. Imagine your heart radiating love and light and joy and peace out into the world. And when you're ready, release. And other elbow on top. Give yourself a hug. Walk your fingers back just a little farther if you can. Sway. And come to the middle. And elbows up, look up, breathe in. Elbows point towards the belly button. Bow the whole body down. Drop the head. Exhale. And down. And up. And down. This time as we point the elbows up, we'll open the arms like a flower blooming. Breathe in. Touch the floor and bring the arms up to shoulder level. Take them back. And crisscross. Take them back, look up. Look down, crisscross the elbows in front of the chest. Switch. Put your arms on top each time you come forward. And breathe. Awesome. Let's stretch the legs out in a little bit of a wide straddle sit. Now remember, everybody's different, so don't judge yourself if your legs don't go out to the side very far. Everybody's different. If this is your straddle, it's awesome. Be grateful for the abilities that you have. More will come if you keep with your yoga. So we're going to try and sit really tall. Again, you may want to pull the flesh away from your sitting bones to connect your weight into the earth through your pelvis points. Flex your ankles and lift the arms straight up overhead. Breathe in. Keeping elevated through the spine, drop the hands to the heart, and just a little bow of the head. We'll hold this position for a minute. And this is a wonderful time to think of somebody that you love, that needs a little hope and healing energy and encouragement. Think of them, hold them in your heart, see them in your mind's eye. Imagine them smiling, laughing, joyful, bright eyes. Notice how your heart responds to that image. You can do that anytime you want. It's always there. Awesome. Interlock your fingers, squeeze and release like a heart beating. Breathe. And then invert the hands and push through. Round the back, drop the head, push the hands forward. And then lift the arms just like that, straight up overhead. Bring the hands to the back of the head. And we'll just turn a little bit with left and right. Awesome. Stretch the arms out. And let's reach left and right. Over your toes. Reach. Coming to the middle. Both hands reach up. And let's do a side reach here. We're going to take the right hand down, lay it on the ground, palm up in front of your pelvis, and over we go. Reach. Think about your ear coming close to your knee. Reach through the side body, through the rib cage and the armpit. And when you're ready, come up and we'll cartwheel the arms all the way over and go the other way. Stretch and reach and breathe. We'll try a little bit of a straddle forward fold. Don't freak out. We're gonna just go a few inches. Put the hands on the floor somewhere in front of your hips or in front of your knees. Kind of like a push-up position, right? Bend the elbows and look down. Push back. Slowly reaching the head forward and push back. Exhale, reach the head forward. Come back and inhale. And one more time. Nice. You can bring your legs in. And we're going to get up on hands and knees next. So, when you get on your hands and knees, this is table pose. Make sure your back is nice and straight and your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips and your fingers are spread wide. Press your fingertips into the mat just a little bit to support your wrist. And gaze down at the yoga mat between your thumbs. All right, now we arch the back up and drop the head and tailbone. Tuck that tailbone under and decompress the vertebrae in the middle of the spine, the discs between the vertebrae. Get a little bit of a break here. Let them decompress. This is called cat pose. Let's go back to table. And next we sway the back down and lift the face, lift the tailbone. Make sure you're pressing your hands into the floor so you're not scrunching up in your shoulders and collapsing in your upper back. And take a nice breath in here. Let that middle of the back sink down like a hammock. When it's time to exhale, just slowly transition back to cat and exhale. Inhale, we come to the cow pose. Lift your face, lift your tailbone, let the middle of the back sink down. And we're just going to take some time here to go back and forth. Cat and cow, breathing in and out. You can go any speed that feels good to you. Some people may like to go super fast. Others may really want to slow things down and feel every sensation. It just depends on how you're feeling and possibly how old you are. That's really good for you. You should try and do some cat and cow every day. Even if you don't come down on your hands and knees on the floor, you can do it when you're standing. Put your hands on the back of the sofa or on the wall. As long as it's not something that's going to scoop out from under you and drop you. Make sure it's stable. And cat and cow and breathe. All right. Let's come back to table and we're going to try thread the needle next. So take your left hand and thread the needle behind your right wrist to push it all the way through. You're going to bring your shoulder down, bring your face down, and take that upper arm and reach it up. Touch your hip, reach it up. Touch the floor, straight out from your shoulder, and just exhale down, inhale up. Make it your full range of motion, whatever it is. When you're ready, bend your elbow, put the hand back on the floor, and push yourself back up to table, cat and cow 3 times. And we'll thread the needle on the other side. Left hand is strong on the floor, right hand turns itself into a needle. Push it behind the left wrist and come all the way down, shoulder and face down to the floor. And the upper arm, the left arm reaches up. And just touch your hip for a second and come back up. And then take the arm straight down, straight out from your shoulder, touch the floor, inhale up, exhale down, inhale lift, exhale lower, and continue. All right, in the elbow, hands to the floor, press yourself back up to table, cat and cow. All right, let's take a minute to look around your right shoulder. Look back at your hip. Stick the hip out. You maybe see it, maybe you don't. It's okay. Come around, look around your left shoulder. Try and see your left hip, stick it out. And right and left. looking around the shoulder for the hip. If you like, you can bend the opposite elbow. So as you look right, your left elbow can bend. As you look left, your right elbow can bend. And that's putting a little more movement in the body. Keep breathing. Coming back to the center, back to calf and cow. All right, now take a minute to come back to table and take your hands one step forward. So now your table is a little bit out of balance, but that's okay. We're going to take the left knee all the way up between the thumbs and walk your toes out to the side just a little bit and then slide down onto the front of your back thigh. If this is difficult for you, you can put a pillow under this hip or a block or a book. Unfortunately, I don't have those for you guys in the room, so just do the best you can. This is called pigeon pose. Press your hands into the floor and push your chest forward. Lift your face. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Proud pigeon puffs his chest out. And then slowly collapse down. Your forehead comes to the floor in front of your knee, and your hands can come back by your hips and rest, palm up. Hands to the floor under your shoulders. Press yourself back up, and let's come back up to table. Cat and cow. Nice. How's everybody doing? All right, let's try that pigeon pose on the other side. Take one step forward with your hands. Take the right knee in between the thumbs, and the foot walks its way out to the side just a little bit, sliding down on the front of the back leg, under the thigh. Push the hands into the floor, lift your face, push your chest forward, proud pigeon. And then slowly come down to sleeping pigeon. Drop the head in front of the knee and hands come back to the hips. Hands to the floor under your shoulders. Press yourself back onto the table. Okay, just hold yourself in a nice strong table and take your rib cage right and left. All right, come to the middle. So now we do a diagonal reach. Your right hand and your left leg are going to come out. Hold steady about 15 seconds. Change arms and legs and hold steady. Keep breathing. If you feel a little wobbly, you can always drop that big toe to the floor and just use it as a little balance point. Change sides again. Reach it out. And now let's touch the floor and then reach up as high as you can. Touch down, reach up. Touch down, reach up. Keep breathing. Hold steady. Change sides. Touch down, reach up. Touch down, and up. Down, up as high as you can. And down, and up. All right, hold steady. Hands and knees down. Let's come onto our elbows and take your right foot back. Put your toes on the floor and push back through the heel. We want to stretch the calf muscle for 30 seconds. I'll watch the clock. You can just close your eyes and feel the sensation of that calf muscle stretching, that Achilles tendon stretching, the arch of the foot, getting a nice stretch here too. Keep breathing. All right, we're going to lift the leg up into the air now and bend and extend. Just bend the knee so heel comes close to the hip and then stretch it out. Bend the knee and imagine you want to put your footprint on the ceiling. Push it straight up above your hip. Up, 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 and up. Knee down, other leg. Stretch back with the toes on the floor. Push back through that heel for 30 seconds. Straight leg if possible. It really helps to have the leg straight to stretch that calf muscle all the way up into the tissues behind the knee. Did you know that your calf muscle is the heart of your lymphatic system? The calf muscle is responsible for circulating lymph fluids through the body. Every time you use it, it gives a pump. So we want to be grateful and appreciate this muscle that keeps us healthy. All right, lift it up, bend and extend. All right, footprint on the ceiling, bend the knee and kick it up, straight up, 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 and up. All right, knees can come down. Let's push back to pose of a child. Your hips come to your heels, your forehead comes to the floor in front of your knees, and the arms reach forward. And then we're going to rise back up to table and come on all the way down to our tummies. Come on, tummy. Turning your head to one side. Lift your feet up in the air. Bend your knees and lift your feet up in the air. And let your feet go left and right. Flip-flop like windshield wipers, left and right. We want the hips and the knee and the lower back to be really loose. Loosen the hips. Flip-flop the feet. All right, bring the legs down. And let's see if we can lift the arms, the legs, and the head. Airplane pose. Bring it up. Hold. Awesome. You can come down. Now we're going to take the left arm straight up onto the floor. Put your head down and look to the right. Take your right arm straight out from the shoulder and the elbow is at a 90-degree bend. Both hands are palm down on the floor. Take your right knee and slide it up close to your right elbow. Keeping your belly down on the floor so it opens your hip to the side. Relax. If you want, you can try an experiment coming up onto your elbows. So elbows under shoulders. This is not for everybody, so if you can't or don't like the feeling, don't feel bad. It puts quite a little hinge in the middle of the back. Awesome, come on down and let's switch the legs. Switch the arms. So now the right arm is up and the left arm is out to the side, straight out from the shoulder. Your head is turned to the left, looking at that bent elbow. Take your left knee close to your left elbow and just relax. Some people sleep in this position. And if you want to rise up onto the elbows, you can try that. But don't feel bad if it's not right for you. Come on down and stretch everything out. We're going to put the hands under the shoulders and bring the feet together. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the feet, squeeze the knees, squeeze the hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hands are under shoulders and fingertips are pointing up towards the top of your head, I guess. Take your elbows right in at your waist. And this is Cobra. Our forehead is on the floor. Now take it and make your nose just barely touch the yoga mat. And then your chin. And then lift the whole head up and look forward. Here, we start to rise up through the strength of our back. We're not using arms, we're not using hands, we're not using strength in the shoulders or arms. Just the body. Lift. Get to the place where you feel like you can't go any higher without using your arms and stay there. Lengthen the neck, pull the shoulders away from your ears. Cobra pose. And let's come on down and then immediately transition up to pose of a child. Taking the back through a reverse bend. When you're ready, come on up, and we'll come to our knees. Is everybody comfortable on their knees? You can double your mat if you need more padding. You just take your mat and get on top of it, double thickness if you need that. Okay, so take your right leg out to the side, and your hand on the side of that leg slides down past the knee a little bit. Other hand comes up and over. Arms cartwheel, and the hand that was up high is now coming to the floor, and the other hand is up high. From here, if you like, maybe try and hover that leg a few inches above the floor. And drop the foot, bring the body up, change sides. The hand on the extended leg slides down past the knee, and the other hand comes up and over. Hold and breathe, stretch, stretch, stretch. And rise up. Switch the hands, which one's up and down. And you can stay here, or if you want, you can try and pick that leg up an inch or two and hover it above the floor. Hold and breathe. And bring the foot down, and the body up, and bring it down. Reach it up. And take it just a little bit back. Up. And just a little bit back. Up. Hands come down, and we're going to touch the hips. So fingertips are pointing down towards your back of your legs. The thumbs are on the side, on the hips. And you squeeze the buttocks, and squeeze the elbows back, and look up. Now look down and look at your knees. Look at your hips. Drop the head. Come up. Push the elbows back. Squeeze the buttocks. And look up. Lift your heart. All right. Look down again. And let's get up on hands. Let's get up on feet. Take a minute to bring the body up. Okay, so we're going to start now with a basic standing posture called mountain pose. Take a minute to rock on your feet, from your heels to the balls of your feet. Not your toes, but the balls of your feet. And then as you rock back and forth, find a middle space where they all touch down. The heels and the balls of the feet, heavy on the floor. Your toes are up, and now float them down lightly like a feather. Lift the arch. Everything is down except the arch. The arch rises. The energy and lifting energy from the arch comes up the legs, lifts the kneecaps, tightens the thighs, pulls the belly in, tucks the tailbone in, pushes the chest forward, lifts the heart. Shoulders squeeze back. Arms just hang. Arms aren't doing anything fancy. Lift through the spine to the top of the head, from the arch of the foot all the way to the top of that head. There's a lot happening in mountain pose, but it's mostly about the feet and your posture, the liftedness throughout the body. So the energy in mountain pose is like a fountain. The energy's rising in the middle of your body, up, 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 and when it gets to the top of your head, it splits and falls back to earth, and that's through your arms. So energy lifting and falling. Close your eyes and see if you can feel that energy from the earth rising up through your body and falling back to earth through your arms and fingers. Beautiful. We're going to let the arms rise out on the side and up towards the sky. Lift, 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 breathe in, reach. And your right hand is going to just drop and look down at it. Lift the other hand up towards the sky, but look down at your lower hand. Make sure that whole arm is completely loose. Give it a little shake. Keep your mountain pose active. Keep your belly pulled in. Don't sway your back. Strong legs, strong feet. Reaching up, but looking down. Reach, reach, reach. Up, 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 up. Let's take that lower hand and slowly let it rise. Watch it rise. Both hands reach straight up. Breathe in and reach tall. And now the other hand drops. Watch it. And let it hang. Reaching up with the other hand. Keep your mountain pose active. And then let the lower hand rise. Watch it rise. Both hands reach up. Breathe in. Take it back. Lift your heart and face. This is called the Y stance. Your body looks like a letter Y. Bring that hand straight up. Straight in front of your shoulder, in front of your chest. Bend your knees. Sweep your fingers right past your little toes on the ground and bring them up behind. Sweep them right back to the Y stand. Big sweeping arm movements. And breathe as you reach up. And exhale as you swing down. Let's go 3 times. Out to the side. Take a nice wide straddle stand and turn your feet so the left foot is in front and the left leg is bent. The right leg is behind and it is straight. The back foot is across the yoga mat and the front foot is along the yoga mat. That's the stance for warrior pose. Arms for warrior 1 we do this. For warrior 2 we do this. So we want to do warrior 2. We want the chest open to the side. And here's what's happening. You sink your hips down at the same time, lift your head up. So you create space in the torso. And as you hold your warrior 2, look over your front hands, fingertips. And as you breathe in, just put your hands the other way. Exhale, look in. And out. Everybody's breathing is a little bit different, so you don't need to follow my flipping hands. You need to match your flipping hands to your breath. This helps center you. Get you focused on breath. And then figure out which way you like your hands to stay, and you can keep them that way. They can be both up, both down, one up, one down, whichever way you like. It's up to you. We're going to drop the back hand to the leg and lift the front hand up and just a graceful arch to the body and the arm. Graceful warrior. Come back to warrior 2. And back. Or graceful warrior and inhale to warrior 2. Exhale. Back. Inhale back. As we come back to warrior 2 here, bring your back arm over the top and the arms are going to work like you're swimming in a pool. And now we take the back arm over the top, touch the floor next to your foot, and then back stroke and come back to graceful warrior. So we just breathe and circle the arms. If you can't touch the floor, just touch your knee or come close to it. Back to warrior 2 and just hold the pose. Change your feet and roll face the other direction now. So now the right leg is the front leg, the knee is bent, it's over the heel. You don't really want your knee in front of your heel. So if you have your knee over the toes, move your foot forward a little bit. Arms extend forward and back. Flip your hands as you breathe. Think about lifting the top of the head at the same time sinking your pelvis down. Create space in your torso. And then decide which way you want to leave your hands. Leave them there. Let's take the back hand to the leg and the front hand up and a graceful arch back. And back to warrior two. Exhale, back to graceful warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. And this time we'll start our swimming motion. Arms circling around, touch the floor, and back stroke. Graceful warrior. That'll get your juices flowing, right? All right, let's steady it out, warrior two, and turn the whole body to be standing star stand. So it's like a 5-pointed star. Your head, your arms, legs, 5 points. And now, let's make the toes point out just a little bit. So sort of diagonal feet, bend the knees over the feet. And up, arms are out. When you come down, you're going to bend the elbows, wrists, and look up through the top of your eyes, stick your tongue out. That's called woman warrior. 5-pointed star, kiss the ceiling, and back down to woman warrior. 3 times. And come down. Left hand to left knee, reach it forward, cross. Let's go the other way. Back to 5-pointed star. And one step, come back to mountain. Remember to have your feet active on the floor, pushing the heels and balls of the feet down. Toes float down, arch lifts all the way to the top of the head. Let's just let the arms come down and hang. And just take your hands to slide down towards your knees, bend your knees, look down at your toes, slide your hands down the front of your shins towards your ankles, round your back, drop your head, and then slide it back up. And reach up. Reach down, slide down, round the back, drop the head, all the way down, touch the floor, come back up. This time as you come down, we're going to go right back down to the floor. Come back to seated. Okay, so let's do a little bit of strengthening our immune system by the thymus gland. Now, the thymus gland is in the middle of the chest. If you have long fingernails, don't stab yourself. Use your knuckles. But if you have blunt fingertips, just use your fingertips and tap or thump your chest right in the middle of the sternum. Keep breathing. This stimulates your immune system. So do a nice hard thump, not just a little light tap. You want to get into past the tissues of the surface of the body and into the thymus gland. And now we're going to take them out underneath the collarbone wide and back in. Out and in. Out and in. Thump, 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 thump. And in the middle, go down and up, out and in, down and up, out and in, down and up, out and in, down and up, out. And let's go above the collarbone to the base of the neck, thump, 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 and rise up the side of the neck underneath the ears, down and up, down and up, down and up into the sides of the cheeks, right in front of the ears, to the temple, down to the jaw, up to the side of the eyebrow. Keep breathing. Let's take the hands all the way to the top of the forehead where the hairline is or once was, and we'll tap, 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 drop it down to the eyebrows and up to the hairline, down and up, down and up, let's go to the very top of the head, tip, tip, top, top. The fontanelle, as Inez used to tell us. Tap, 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 thump, thump, thump. And then the hands go one to each ear, the top of the ear and up to the top of the head, down to the top of the ear and up, down and up, down and up. And just let raindrops fall on the top of your head anywhere you want. Tap, 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 thump, thump, thump. Coming down to the forehead, to the eyebrows, to the temple, to the cheeks, the front of the cheeks, underneath the eyes, down and up, down and up, and down to the neck and the collarbone, and back to the center of the sternum. Let's go to the very front of the armpit, right there. Tap, tap, tap. Now we're just going to let our hands rest on our knees now and close the eyes. We'll do some rectangular breathing. That means you're going to breathe in for 8 counts, hold the breath in for 5 counts, breathe out for 8 counts, and hold the breath out of the body with the belly squeezed in for 5 counts. I'll count. As I'm counting, I'll take little sips of air so I can keep breathing with you, but you don't have to take sips. You can take one continuous long breath in and out. Or you can take sips if you want, that works too. So let's breathe together in and exhale it all out. And here we go, breathing in for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold full for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold full for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold full for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, count for yourself. And let's just let the breath return to a natural rhythm, and then just close your eyes. Notice how you feel. Drift in your inner universe through patterns and colors. Notice those colors. Notice those patterns. See if you can imagine that you're drifting into them and be surrounded, not just in front of you, but all around you, above you and below you, surrounded by those colors and those patterns. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. My greatest prayer for you is that you take this feeling of balance, peacefulness, joy, relaxation, and love with you as you go through your day and through your coming days. You can always keep your yoga with you. It's all in your mind and in your heart. I grant you my most sincere namaste. See you again on Tuesday. Thank you, guys. Oh, I promised to show you everybody. Everybody wave. We have Jane with us today. Everybody remember Jane? She'll be back. You'll be back, right?